Alright, everybody. I'm back. Thomas Mullen, Backwoods Christian Survival. Back here to make a second part of this video. A series, whatever you want to call it. So I want to talk about a little bit about how the 5 C's can combine themselves. And why it's so good to have the 5 C's. Let's say you're in a situation where you've gotten cut. And you have your knife with you, or a primitive knife. Either one. And let's say it's a pretty good cut and won't stop bleeding, let's just say. Of course, you can, we'll get into this later, but medicinal plants to help stop the bleeding, but until then, you can, let's say if you come upon a pine tree, white pine, right? You could take that pine sap, put it on that cut, from scraping off the bark, put it on there. Then you can even actually use the thin layer of pine bark as a bandage. Well, to keep that bandage on, you're going to need cordage. Boom. Wrap some cordage around it. A vine. I've even used, which I'm going to show you in the primitive, using maple. Making thin strips of maple and tying it together and using that. Or, like I said, a thin vine. Even spider webs are good for that. So I'll make another video on that, so I can show you guys. So anyways, going back to the 5 C's and how they intertwine, and that's a perfect example. Let's say you have a container, and you got cordage, and let's say you've collected water, but you don't have tongs, let's just say, and you have a container that you've put a hole into, a couple holes or whatever. You can tie that cordage through those holes, hang it above the fire, and let it boil, and let it pasteurize, and boom, you got water. So see how they intertwine with one another? Cover, have a natural cover. Let's say if I'm out here just with my shirt on, and my shirt's drenched, right? And I got a fire going and all that. Well, the bad thing about that is that my shirt being wet is going to take heat away from my body. So I could take it out, take it off, wring it, and hold it up, dry it out. Or I can wring my shirt out. Now I got water. If it's soaking wet from water, not sweat. You see what I'm saying? Or even a little bit of sweat won't hurt, because that's salt going back into your body. So it's important to know how the 5 C's can help you with what your scenario is and what your situation is. Like for example, right now, this fire has helped keep the mosquitoes away. They just found here in Tennessee 3 more batches of, or 3 different areas of batches of mosquitoes that have the West Nile virus. So it's keeping the mosquitoes away. And having this shirt on has helped me not get bit all over my body, I've gotten bit a few times, but I haven't for the past, hour now. So, again, it just depends on, what your scenario is and how the 5 C's will come and help. Let's take, not a combustion. Combustion alone, fire. What it does psychologically. If you're stuck out in the woods by yourself or in a situation and you get fire, it's like, for one, it keeps the boogeyman away. And it gives you, like, if because at night in the woods can be kind of scary. I'll admit it. Your mind plays tricks on you. But having that fire keeps predators away, keeps you warm, it's comfort. So all those things psychological. Survival and sustainability is 90% mental and 10% physical. Your mind will mess with you and do things to you, and the physical part will manifest itself and you'll just destroy yourself. Or you'll die from getting freaked out, and the next thing you know, you're running through the woods with no light or no fire, and you trip, fall, break your neck, bone, whatever. See my point? So, and again, you can, with fire, you can make water, you can cook food, you could put rocks on the fire and heat yourself up at night, you know, under your armpits, between your legs, you know, things like that. Um, it's just overall just what it does, and that's just fire. That's just fire alone, and that's what's so cool about that. Um, Quarters alone, you can make shelter, you can make traps, you can make snares, you can make um, a container if you know, weave it right and all that, which, you know, that's way down the road, but I'll do a video about that later on. Um, so there's many things you can do just with cordage. Again, you know, cover, protect yourself from weather, you know, the environment, keep you warm, keep you dry. Just again, the 5 C's, it's incredible what the 5 C's can do so much for you. And we use the 5 C's every day of our lives, whether we think about it or not. When you're at home, that's cover. When you're drinking sweet tea, whatever, or coffee like me, what is that? A container. You know, when you're eating, what is that? That's a cutting tool. You know, so cordage. When you tie your shoes, sewing, whatever. Again, 5 C's are in your house. You just don't think about it. So think, you know, go through your house and go, okay, well, let's see if I can come up with 5 C's just in my house. That if I had to, let's say, get out of my house real quick, or whatever the case may be, boom, there's 5 things right there that I can grab as I'm leaving. See what I'm saying? And that's all I carry in my backpack, my Common Man backpack, which I've had on both deployments with me overseas. So, and I love it. I just carry so much in it, but it's a container. So, boom, there's that. You know, I could throw all kinds of stuff in my backpack. I've had my backpack weighed up to 75 pounds one time. You know, that's just my backpack. And it's small. I'll just give you a little look. That's my backpack. That's it. This little thing right here. You know, so and that's all I carry is the 5 C's and my coffee. I gotta have my coffee. That's the 6 C. Just, you know, it's kind of, you know, yeah, it's in there. But again, I just want to come and thank you so much for this opportunity to come to y'all. Again, ask me questions. Let's learn from each other, because that's what it's really all about. And being out here in God's creation. I mean, look at this. Look at that out there. I mean, look how beautiful it is. Green, the trees, the oaks, the maples, it's cedars. It's just beautiful out here. And it's all Him. It's all God, you know, and that's amazing. So, you know, being out here in His creation and just learning how to live within His creation and His beauty, and having the tools that He's given us permanently, and the knowledge that He's given us to make our 5 C's common man. And just being able to learn and to use and come up with different techniques, and, you know, it's just awesome. I love it. You know, it's that passion that burns, you know, within me about this stuff, and I just, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But thank you so much for you know, tuning in. Questions, comments, again, ask me, man. You know, let's learn from one another. Because, like I said, that's what it's all about. You know, about God and His creation, and how to live in it and appreciate it more, and not take it for granted. And I just thank y'all so much. Lord, I thank you for this time to speak to everyone, and for everything you've created, Father. And I just, you're amazing, and I thank you, and I thank y'all. And I'll come back with another video. All right? Bless y'all.